Good morning to all students. Today we are discussing about the data manipulation language and its all related statements, commands of data manipulation language. That is, it is shortly called as DML. The SQL commands that deals with the manipulation of data present in the database belong to data manipulation language or DML, and this includes most of the SQL statements. Particularly, these commands deals with the manipulation of data. It is the component of the SQL statement that controls access to data and to the database. Basically, data control statements, data manipulation statements are insert, update, delete, log, call, explain, plans. These are the some statements under the DML commands. Insert, particularly, it is used to insert data into a table. Update command is used to update existing data within a table. Delete command is used to delete records from a database table. These three commands are most commonly used commands under the DML. Log command is used for table control concurrency. Call command is particularly used in the PLSQL and Java subprograms. And explain plan command is used to describe the access path to data. These are the some commands and its meanings. We will see the details of this command one by one. The SQL insert into statements is used to add new rows of data to a table. In previous practical, in previous demo, we have seen how the data will be inserted into the database using this insert into command. Syntax of this insert into command is insert into table name bracket column 1 column 2 column 3 up to the n number of columns bracket close. Values in bracket value 1 comma value 2 comma value 3 comma up to the n number of value bracket close semicolon. Here in above syntax, column 1 comma column 2 comma column 3 up to column n the names of the columns in the table into which you want to insert the data. You may not need to specify the columns name in the SQL query. If you are adding values for all the columns of the table, but make sure that the order of the values is in the same order as the columns in the table. The SQL insert into having another syntax like this: insert into table name values bracket value 1 comma value 2 comma value 3 comma value n bracket close semicolon. We can also use this syntax for inserting rows of data to a table in the database. Example: insert into customer. Customer is a name of table. Insert into customer. Bracket ID, comma name, comma age, comma address, comma salary. Bracket close. Values in bracket 1, comma Ramesh, comma 32, comma Ahmedabad, comma 3000. Bracket close, semicolon. Here we have directly given records, data of the particular columns that we have used for the customer table. Insert into customer in bracket ID, comma name, comma age, comma address, comma salary. Bracket close. Then values in bracket 2, comma Kalim, comma 25, comma Delhi, comma 3000. Bracket close, semicolon. Another example, insert into customer bracket ID, comma name, comma age, comma address, comma salary. Bracket close. Values bracket 3, comma Amar, comma 23, comma Latur, comma 5000. Bracket close, semicolon. If we want to add the records again and again, we have to write there insert into customers, then column names, then values, and then records. This is the way for inserting rows data into the table. Another syntax is that insert into customers. Values bracket 7, comma Abdul, comma 20, comma Indore, comma 30,000. Bracket semicolon. Here in this example we have not used name of the columns in the syntax. Insert into customers and directly return values bracket 7, comma Abdul, comma 30, comma Indore, comma 10,000 bracket semicolon. Means there are another way for inserting records data into the table. Into customer in bracket id comma name comma age comma address comma salary bracket close. Values bracket ampersand declare the variable for the column first comma ampersand declare the value for the column second a b c d a. Before declaring variable we have to use and operator ampersand operator, then at last close the bracket semicolon enter. SQL asks you to enter the value for ID, enter value for name, enter value for age, enter value for address, enter value for salary. Again press enter, it will display message for you, one row created. Again you want to add the records, then simply press backslash and enter. SQL asks you enter value for ID, enter value for name, enter value for age, and this syntax is simple as compared to the above syntax. In above syntax, we have to write again and again, insert into customer, then name of the columns, then name of the values, so that the last three number syntax is a very simple for the preparing, adding records into the table. In data manipulation, select statement is very powerful and very important for the fetching the data, for the manipulation of data from the database. Select statement is used to fetch the data from database table and which returns this data in the form of result table. These result tables are called result sets. The basic syntax of the select statement is as follows. Select column 1, comma column 2, comma column n from table name semicolon. Table name is must in each statements, in each and every statements in the SQL. So don't miss to write the table names in each statement as per the syntax. Select column 1, column 2, column n from table name semicolon. This is the proper way for fetching the columns and its record from the database. Here in the syntax, column 1, column 2 are the fields of a table whose values we want to fetch. If you want to fetch all the fields available in the table, then we can use the different syntax like select star from table name semicolon. Select star from table name semicolon and press enter. If you write select id comma name comma salary from customer and enter semicolon and then enter, this would produce the following result: id, name, salary. This statement display three columns: id, name, salary and its record. And if you want to fetch all the fields of the customer table, all the fields of the customer table, then you should use the following query: select star from customer semicolon. This would produce the result as id, name, age, address, salary. Customer table having 5 fields. Due to select star from customer query, SQL display all these fields and all the records belonging these fields on the screen. So that we have to keep in mind the difference between star and another syntax, that is select id name from customer. Where clause in SQL is used to specify a condition while fetching the data from the single table or by joining with the multiple tables. For the manipulation purpose, the where clause is very necessary statements, very necessary clause. Instead of statement, I'm saying clause, where clause, because it is attached with some statements. So that I am saying clause. The SQL where clause is used to specify a condition while fetching the data from a single table or by joining with the multiple tables. If the given condition is satisfied, then only it a specific value. And fetching only the necessary records. I have used the word filter to display those records that user one type of filtering. So that I have used the word filter. The where clause is not only used in the select statement, but it is also used in the update delete statement also. We can use in update statement, we can use in the delete statement. Syntax, basically the basic syntax of the select statement with the where clause is that select column 1 comma column 2 comma column n from table name where bracket condition. You can specify a condition using the comparison or logical operators like greater than, less than, equal to, like, not, etc. Consider the customer table having ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Chaitali, Hardik, Kunal, आणि मुफ्ती. Age 32, 25, 23, 25, 27, 22, 24. Delhi, Kota, Mumbai, Bhopal, MP, Indore, and salaries like 2,000, 1,500, 2,000, 6,500, 8,500, 10,000. One example I want to share with you. Fetch the ID, name, and salary fields from the customer table where the salary is greater than 2,000. Fetch the ID, name, and salary fields from the customer table where the salary is greater than 2,000. How we can write the answer? How can we can write the queries? How we can write the statements for this query? Select ID, comma, name, comma, salary from customers where salary greater than 2,000 semicolon, and after pressing enter this would produce the result like ID, name, salary, ID 4567, names are Komal and you. Another query, listen carefully. Fetch the item salary fields from the customer table for a, fetch the ID, name, and salary fields from the customer table for a customer with the name Hardik. Here, it is important to note that all the strings should be given inside single quote, whereas numeric values should be given without any quote. This is the most important note in SQL. All the string should be given inside single quote string, and numeric values should be given without any quote. Answer of the query is that select ID, comma, name, comma, salary from customer, where name equal to single, comma, salary from customers, where name equal to single quote no, Hardik, single quote close, semicolon. This would produce the result ID, name, ID of Hardik is 8